got the association of Narada Rishi, then what?
Then he explained that when his father Hiranyakashipu had left um, to perform austerities, that his mother Kayadu,
Why he went to do austerities?
he went to perform austerities to get boon from Lord Brahma.
He saw that his brother, my brother has been killed by Varaha. So Varaha is not other than Vishnu. And if I am going to take revenge to kill Vishnu, then he should certainly kill me. So I should be like Ajara Amar. So
So
you
then,
should explain.
so then Hiranyakashipu, when he went to Mandira Hill to perform his austerities to gain immortality, then at that time the demigods, headed by Lord Indra, they understood that Kayadu, the wife of Hiranyakashipu,
This, when he went to astrology, for astrology, he left anything to take, even water, even dry leaves, even air, everything he left. For 60,000 years, he was in a trance. And his body was taken by ants, plants, and so only bone was there. And at that time in Satyajug, life used to live in bone, not in this body. And here now, if you will not anything, after 2-3 days you will die. But at that time, life used to live in bone, so he was doing study for 60,000 years. And in the meantime, what became?
So in the meantime, the demigods, understanding that his wife was pregnant, so headed by Indra, they went because they were thinking that. So they were thinking that within the womb of Kayadu, that there was another very big potential demon that was coming. So they went with the intention that they would kill the baby that was within the womb. So at that time, Kayadu,
he attacked with whole soldiers, all demigods, and very big battle was there. The generals of Hiranyakashipu were there, they were fighting. But the demigods can all smash them. And at last they catch hold of Kayadu.
So then Kayadu was calling out for help from Narada Muni. Then Narada Muni, he
began to take
they began to take Kayadu
in where? Heavenly planet. So that when she will be matured in his home, then boy will come and take. So he was taking. In the way, Narad was coming from heaven or any planet, so they said, why you are doing so nonsense thing? Being a demigod and you are taking this lady, he cannot fight with you, why you are taking?
Then Narada Muni explained to the demigods that actually the baby that was within the womb was a great devotee. Lord Indra and the other demigods, they were thinking that this was a big demon. But Narada Muni explained no, that this is a very, very great devotee, so that you should not disturb Kayadu. So then the demigods, understanding the situation, they circumambulated Kayadu, paying obeisances to Prahlad Maharaj, and then they departed again for the heavenly planets. But Kayadu, she was feeling still some fear because of this situation, and then she asked Narada Muni that she received shelter from Narada Muni, and that also the baby that was within her womb, that he not be born until her husband Hiranyakashipu had returned from performing his austerities. So Hiranyakashipu, he performed his austerities, as Maharaja stated, for 60,000 years, just keeping the life within the bones. And finally, when he had finished his austerities and asked the benedictions from Lord Brahma, then, in this time when the austerities were being performed, then within the hermitage of Narada Muni was instructing Kayadu in spiritual life. He was speaking from all different scriptures, from the Upanishads, from the Vedas, Puranas, etc., and explaining so much Lila Katha and giving so much Siddhanta. So Prahlad Maharaj was within the womb, and he was hearing all these instructions and Hari Katha from the lips of Srila Narada Muni. So
he also explained that Karmanya Rahmananam, Karmanya Rahmananam, by karma, but what we are doing, we cannot be happy. Never. Anyone has not become never happy. If you want to be happy in life, go to very expert guru and at once take initiation, name and everything. And then try to follow the rules and regulations of devotions. Then they told that, oh, it is very hard. We cannot do these things. Then Prahlad Maharaj told, oh, Sarveshanam Bhutamapi Hari Ratmeshwara Priya Bhutar Mahadveshvi Kritai Kurtanam Jiva Sangita. We are eternal servant of God, eternal servant of Krishna. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there is nothing hard to chant, remember, devotional activities. Naturally we can do these things. We should accept that Krishna is our Holy Master, his father, his mother, his everything. So doing like this, so after going to Gurudev and taking initiation, we should learn how to begin our activities, Uttama Bhakti parties. Then he will teach everything. He will tell everything, like Shiksha Guru, everything. And then he will tell that there are bhakti of 64 kinds of. In them, 5 are prominent. 9 are prominent, what Prahlad Maharaj told. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. And among them, 5 are most important. Sadhu Sang, Nam Kirtan, Bhagavad Shravan, Mathura Vas, Srimurti, Sabdhaya, Sakal Sadhana Shrestha E Pancha. Among all the devotional, these 5 are so much prominent. If anyone not doing any offense and is touched by any of the 5, chanting name, being in initiation of any very good qualified Guru and Vaishnava, worshipping very faithfully and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So any of the 5, if you are touched anyhow a little, and among all these things, most important and root of all bhakti is Harinam Sankirtan. Tar Madhya Sarvashrestha Nam Sankirtan. From today, from just now, we should begin Harinam Sankirtan. They told us how we can do. We should be expert in instruments. No need. We should bring any instrument. No, nothing. Only Krishna has given kartal here with hands. We can do with kartal. And Krishna has given very beautiful tongue and mouth and Sri. So we can do from here today, just now, they're all agreed that we will follow him. So, then Prahlad Maharaj was doing, oh, repeat to me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare we are now tired. We want some easy things. Easy Kirtan. Oh, it is Hare Krishna so long. Hare Ram, Ram. So we want very. That's all. Then repeat again. Hari Bo, Hari Bo. All boys, please run out from there. And then Hiranyakashipu took the hands of Prahlad Maharaj. What nonsense you are doing? Durvinita, you know?
Disobedient.
Disobedient. My family is so restricted, and you have become like a
When axe.
an axe,
Handle of an axe.
and you will cut like whole
Dynasty.
dynasty.
Like a sandalwood.
Oh, I will teach you a lesson. Who is telling you? I want to. Then what he told? You know, anyone can tell? You can tell what happened? Tony, you should tell. Where? She has fled away? Gita, Manda, Atmakul Veda Naradhama, Stabdham, Matsasanoudbhutam, Neshetvam Jamakshami. You are not following me. Disobeying always. Oh, you are acts for our dynasty. You are Stabdha. You are like your like a stone, nothing understanding, no intelligence at all. Oh, now I am going to. And then what became? Who is your protector and who is your bulb? Bulb means strong.
So Hiranyakashipu, now he became very furious with his boy, Prahlad Maharaj. He said to Prahlad Maharaj, don't you know that all of the demigods in this world, they are afraid of me? Only I raise my eyebrow and they become filled with fear. I am so powerful. Yet I see that you are not afraid of me when I am standing before you, ready to kill you. Why are you not afraid? From where are you deriving your strength? Prahlad Maharaj said, my dear father, Prahlad Maharaj, being very humble and polite, replied to his father, my dear father, I derive my strength from the same place that you derive your strength, from Vishnu. Hearing the name of Vishnu, then Hiranyakashipu became more incensed, because he is the murderer, the killer of his brother. He is the arch enemy of Hiranyakashipu. Then Hiranyakashipu said, my dear boy, I think that you have become over-intelligent. Speaking in this way, this is the type of talk indulged in by persons who are about to die. So now I will kill you. And then he asked Prahlad Maharaj, where is your Lord now? Let us see him if he can save you. Where is your Lord? Prahlad Maharaj said, my dear father, my Lord is everywhere, in every atom. Hiranyakashipu said, he's everywhere? Is he in this pillar? This stone pillar? And Prahlad Maharaj, his vision was such that he looked in the pillar and he could see there.
But he strongly he told. Yes. Everywhere.
Yes, my Lord is everywhere, even in this pillar. And looking in the pillar, he could see Lord Nrsingadev waiting there and smiling at him. So then Hiranyakashipu, he had no faith, he did not believe this. And with great anger, he took up his sword. And without using his sword, he broke the pillar with his fist. And then he began cursing and swearing at his boy, because now he would sever his head from his body. He said, now, let me see your Lord save you. I will sever your head from your body, like this. And he was just about to kill Prahlad Maharaj, when suddenly there was a most tremendous roar.
And he was looking here.
And he was looking here and there. What was that? Where did that come from? And then he was just about to kill Prahlad Maharaj, when suddenly the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, appeared in a most wondrous, fearful, and frightening and awesome form, a most astonishing form which had never been seen before, which was very, very powerful and white. The body of a man and the head of a lion. He was so big that the hairs of his mane would send the airplanes of the demigod spinning into outer space. Fire was coming from him. His eyes were red like fire, and his tongue was moving about like a dueling sword.
Thousands of hands.
He had thousands and thousands of hands, and in his hands he was holding many, many weapons. So, then Hiranyakashipu, seeing Lord Nrsimhadev, he thought, whoa, what is this amazing creature? I have never seen anything like this before. And then he took up his sword thinking, actually I have benediction from Lord Brahma. I cannot be killed. So whoever he is, whatever he may be, cannot kill me. So he took up his sword and shield and ran at Lord Nrsimhadev, exactly like a tiny mosquito goes into a blazing fire. So then the fight began, and sometimes Lord Nrsimhadev, he would catch Hiranyakashipu in his grip, like this. And at this time, all the demigods who had been living under the fierce tyranny of Hiranyakashipu, they began to cheer, Jai, Jai, Jai. And then when Hiranyakashipu would slip from the grasp of Lord Nrsimhadev, then he would become morose. Oh no, what will happen to us now? And they became so afraid. So Lord Nrsimhadev, he can very easily kill Hiranyakashipu. But he's playing with him. He's having some virya ras. Previously, Narayana in Vaikuntha, he had this desire in his heart. I would like to relish this virya ras, the desire to fight. But with whom can I fight? Everyone in Vaikuntha, they are all my devotees. They will not fight with me. And if I go to the material world, no one is qualified. No one can give me a good match. So, by the arrangement of Krishna's, the Supreme Lord's Yoga Maya, the pastime took place that the four Kumaras, they went to Vaikuntha and were stopped by Jayan Vijay. And then the four Kumaras, they cursed Jayan Vijay to appear in the world to take birth as demons. So the Supreme Lord's own devotees, they had appeared in this world as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. So now Lord Nrsimhadev was enjoying very much this virya ras, fighting with Hiranyakashipu. So sometimes he would catch him and sometimes let him slip. And another reason...
Then all demigods began to tremble.
Yes, all the demigods their hearts were shaking in fear. And then another reason Lord Nrsimhadev did not immediately kill Hiranyakashipu was because he wanted to keep intact the benedictions given by Lord Brahma. His dear devotee Lord Brahma had given the benediction to Hiranyakashipu that he could not be killed during the day or the night. He could not be killed on the land, in the air, in the sky, in the water. He could not be killed by any creature created by Lord Brahma. He could not be killed by any man or any animal. He could not be killed by any weapon. He could not be killed inside any building or outside of any building. He could not be killed in any year. So many benedictions. And having all of these benedictions, Hiranyakashipu was very confident. Yes, now I am immortal. But Lord Nrsimhadev was waiting for that time, the time of dusk. It was not in the day and not during the night. And at that exact moment, Hiranyakashipu was grasped by Lord Nrsimhadev, and Lord Nrsimhadev placed him on his lap. So he was neither on the land or in the sea or in the sky. And he was neither inside or outside of the house, because Lord Nrsimhadev was sitting with him on his lap in the threshold, in the doorway. And Lord Nrsimhadev, he did not kill him with any weapon, but rather just taking his very sharp and pointed nails.
Not in a year?
Not in any year. This was a leap year day. So in this way, all of the words of Lord Brahma, the words of a pure devotee, they must prove to be true. And Krishna will always protect the words and the promises of his devotees. So to keep intact the benedictions of Brahmaji, then Lord Nrsimhadev, he killed Hiranyakashipu at this exact time, in this exact way. And he appeared, not in the form of a human being, and not in the form of an animal, but half man and half animal.
Why he appeared? satyadhidatam nija bhakta bhashitam. To fulfill what desire, promises. Satyadhidatam, who is Bhritya Prahlad Maharaj. He told that, oh yes, he is in this pillar and everywhere to make this true. And also the Bhaktavya Chatushan, Sanakshanandan Sanatkumar, to keep their words that only by Vishnu. So all this, so many were revealed. So Prahlad Nishingadev came in the Japan at once.
Then Lord Nrsingadev, whose hands are very beautiful like a cluster of stars, immediately burst open the abdomen of Hiranyakashipu, and his blood spattered everywhere, all over the mane of Lord Nrsingadev. He looked very ferocious with spattered in blood. And he tore open the abdomen of Hiranyakashipu and removed all his intestines. And then taking those intestines, he wrapped them around his neck as a very nice garland.
The hairs were, flame were coming from all the hairs. Then, at last, Hiranyakashipu was dead, but he was not coming down. He was so angry. At that time, anyone could not pacify him. Then Brahma, Shankar, all became so worried how to satisfy him. Then they called Lakshmi Devi and prayed that you should go and pacify your husband. Today, this time I cannot go. He will also kill me. Then all told that Brahma, you should go, you are like son. Oh, today I cannot. Oh, you are friend of Krishna and you should go, oh Shiv. Oh, today no friendship. Then they requested Prahlad, oh, why? You should go, your father is like me, and you should satisfy and pacify your father. Prahlad Maharaj quickly, immediately went to Nishingadev and he jumped in the lap of Nishingadev. And at once he was pacified. Tears were coming from him there. Now he was so much angry. But now everything went in a moment. And tears were coming. And he was Prahlad Maharaj, like animals, they do. And he told, what he told?
Then
I'm so much satisfied.
Lord Nrsingadev, he began to speak to Prahlad Maharaj. My dear boy, I am so much satisfied with you. You have undergone so many troubles and difficulties for me. So I apologize that I have not appeared sooner to save you from all of these problems.
I should have come first, but I've made so late. So I am worried. So I want to give you some benediction.
So then Lord Nrsingadev, he expressed that he wanted to give some benediction to Prahlad Maharaj. But the pure devotee never has any self-interest. They do not serve the Lord with any motive. So Prahlad Maharaj, he was unwilling to accept any benediction from his Lord Nrsingadev.
What he replied?
So he said to Lord Nrsingadev,
No. Prahlad Maharaj, what he said? He told that, I'm not a businessman. I'm not did all devotion activities for business point. That I will serve you and you will give me something. So this is business. So you should take, for any desire is hiding anywhere in my heart, you should quickly take it so that I may be pure. Because you are telling that you should want something, benediction. So I think, I don't know where it is hidden here. So please take it. He told that, oh, I know that you are pure. you don't want to. You never you require anything. But I want something that you should take benediction. Then Prahlad Maharaj told that if you are insisted me to take any benediction, then I want that my father has done so much, offended you, offended me. He has given so much trouble to all devotees here. He has cut all the green trees that anyone cannot have any wood or fruits. He has killed all the cows. That's ghee cannot come, milk cannot come, butter cannot come for devotional activities, for Homan, Yajna, fire sacrifice. And he has killed all the Brahmins at that time. So he had done so much, one very blunder mistake, offense. So please
Excuse him.
forgive him.
Forgive him.
He told that, oh, yes, so don't worry, your father has been liberated. Because those who are of high class, Uttam Vaishnava, in their dynasty, upper and lower, 21 generation, all father, all mothers, all will be liberated. And those who are in Madhyamadikar, always chanting, remembering, doing devotional activities, their 14 generations should be quickly. And those who are now Kanishta Adhikari, taking initiation and doing chanting, remembering, and try to do Shuddha, pure Harinam, pure devotional activity, but they cannot do. Even 7 generations should be liberated. So don't worry. Then he told that. Again he told, insisted, I want to give any benediction because my darshan is observed.
He will not go in vain.
In vain. So you should want it. Then he told, ask. I want that all these conditioned souls are forgetting me. And they are now doing so many bad things. And they are suffering so much. I cannot tolerate. I want that my all good things should be given to them so that they may be devoted. I want to take all their sufferings and bad fruit of bad activities. And for lakhs and lakhs, but I want to suffer for them. But they should be liberated. Then Prahlad Maharaj, Nishingadev told, I am defeated. Nishingadev told, I am defeated. And you have warned me. Now I am myself giving you this benediction. That anyone hear this Harikatha about myself and yourself, this Prahlad Upakhyan, the pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj and Nishingadev, they will be quickly liberated. And anyone has not to suffer, you will have not to suffer. So, you, now, if anyone doing chanting, remembering Nishingadev and Prahlad Maharaj, anyway participating in this function here, in Abhishek, here in Harikatha, this sweet and powerful Harikatha here, all should be liberated by Nishingadev. If Nishingadev promises this, that anyone here, I'll make them but liberated from this world, and all their suffering, sorrows and everything I will take. So he must take. He will take. You should have a very strong faith. He cannot cheat us. What he will tell, he will surely do. So you should have a very strong faith that he will be merciful to us, and gradually we will develop our Krishna consciousness, and he will give inspiration for bhakti life. So after this we will do Abhishek of Nishingadev today, first Sankirtan and then Abhishek. We will do like Indian, fresh, not so much tightened by coat and everything. Only halka chadar they should take and do 2-3%. We will do. Raghunath Bhatta, Naveen, they can all do. A very simple, he knows, he will show and he will do. Quickly take up all your clothes and go. First take Ashman and do. 2-3 persons can help. Sudam Tata and Kundari, they will help. And you should also go. Quickly, we should do some kirtan. Oh, you should do kirtan. All right. Why you should take off? Yeah, you can take off. Only chadar will be there, no harm.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Shalaga. Ananda Shalaga.
Shiva Jaya Jaya Gaurachanda.
Where is it?
Arati ke shobha.
It's blocked up.
Yes, sir. Tell the names. And Maharaja told the here.
So we will announce the names. The devotees who took today Diksha and Harinam initiation.
Whose mala is this? They should come and take it.
Please stand up if your name is
They
mentioned.
should come. This bigger one is yours?
Manohar Lal Prabhu. Please stand up.
And this? Another person? Oh, anyone should come and give.
Manohar Lal Prabhu is behind.
Where is Manohar Lal?
He received Diksha.
Oh, Manohar Lal Ram, his first name was Manohar. Oh, very good name. Manohar Lal Prabhu ki Jai. Very beautiful.
Then Dr. Julian Seal. Please stand up.
Who?
Julian Seal. Yourself?
Yourself? You? Who?
Where is Julian Seal?
You? Then second name?
Not here?
No. Next one.
Lee Spalding. Over here.
You? Lavanga Shakha. Lavanga Shakha. Most dear dear friend of Krishna. Lavanga, Ujjwal, all. So you are best friend of Krishna. Lavanga.
And then K. Walters. She's here?
Yes.
Where?
There.
Oh. Oh, Kamala Devi. Very beautiful name of Radhika is Kamala. So, very beautiful and easy name. Kamala Devi ki. Remember and write down your names.
Then Andrew Wainwright. Andrew Wainwright. He's here?
अरे चलो ना इसका आगे.
Anna Marie Gardiner.
No?
This is all family.
Yes. It were his children.
Children.
Yeah. No, they are not children. No, he's with their children.
Daniel Gizzi. They may be his children.
Yes.
Or Yamuna and Yasara. They will come later.
What name has been given? And you should tell and bring
Andrew Wainwright.
Abhinandan. Abhinandan Prabhu. Abhinandan Das. He, yeah.
Anna Marie, his wife.
Aditi. Aditi Devi ki.
And the children Daniel.
Gauranga. Gauranga Das.
And then Yamuna.
Yamuna is okay.
Yeah. Yasara. Okay. Oh, that boy has taken initiation. He's here. He was sitting here yesterday. Then Edward Winston Bale.
Very good. What name?
His name is
Ananda Prabhu. Ananda Prabhu ki jai. Of Krishna. Ananda. Ananda Das. Very easy name. Ananda Prabhu, Ananda Das.
then Paul Smith.
Pallava. Pallava. Pallava Prabhu ki jai. One of the best friends among the best friends of Krishna. Pallava Prabhu.
And next, Govinda Charan Didi.
Oh, Govinda Nam is okay.
She wants a new name, and you'll give a new name, Govinda Priya.
Oh, Govinda Priya. The most beloved of Govinda. Govinda Priya ki jai.
Then Shyam Das. Where is Shyam Das?
Okay, next.
Then Harvey Chuter. Harvey.
Here. What name? What are given? Halayud. Name of the Balram is Halayud. Very strong, like Haldar. Haldar and Halayud are like same. And you are also like Haldar. So Halayud. Good name. Oh, Halayud Prabhu ki jai.
Jenny Castle. Castle.
Jai Nandini. Jai Nandini Devi ki jai.
And Naomi Smith. Naomi Smith.
Oh. Oh, very good name. Malini. Malini Devi ki
Dominica Churchy.
Damayanti Devi ki हो गया जल्दी
Graham Hutton. He's here?
हाँ Gandharva, very beautiful and very qualified, one of the Shakhas of Krishna, Gandharva. And he sings so well and always plays all the Shakhas and Krishna. Gandharva Prabhu ki
James Belfield.
Jagat Jeevan Prabhu ki Jagat Jeevan. Who is Jagat Jeevan? Krishna is himself. One of the beautiful name of Krishna is Jagat Jeevan. So Jagat Jeevan Prabhu ki
Then Sashi Sankhya. She's there in back.
Where? Oh yes, Gujarati. Oh, Shashi, Kalakar naam hai. Shashi Kanta. Shashi Kanta is one of the name of Srimati Radhika. Beautiful like, more beautiful like, more than moon. So Shashi Kanta. He,
Krishna Dasi.
Oh, Krishna Das is better name. So, I'll go.
Gita. Vaidya, daughters of Sudevi.
Oh,
There.
very good. Oh, your daughters. What name? Oh, Gita is very good, beautiful. Nadia. Very good.
Then Anjali.
Your daughters? Oh, Anjali. Anjali is very beautiful name. I have nothing to change. Anjali Devi ki
Hari.
Oh, oh, Sri Hari Prabhu ki Sri Hari himself Krishna. You should always try to remember your names.
Then Saru Damodar, Hamadar, and Jaya Dvaita.
Three.
They have all taken Diksha.
They are taken it. Tomorrow will be fire sacrifice. Yes, will be present there. And fire sacrifice should be arranged from today. That in morning you can do up till 9, 10.
Kirsty Smith.
Who is Christy Smith?
Oh, yeah. Karunamayi. Karunamayi Devi ki jai. Radhika is so merciful. So one of the name is merciful. That is Karunamayi. So I'm giving you Karunamayi Devi ki jai.
Mike.
Oh, yourself. Oh, Makhan Lal. Makhan Lal means who is always going to still butter and very jolly friend of Krishna. Makhan Lal, Prabhu ki.
Sing. Son. Son of Makhan Lal. Son, can you stand up?
Oh, very good. What?
Sunanda.
और सुनंदा 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 दास ब्रह्मचारी की माखले ना ए माखले ओके जिज्ञासा करो नहीं तो पंथी जीवन में कुछ मधुबन दिए चलो First name. Purcham. What you have written? Huh? You can read? She can read?
No, we have to figure it out. It's only the others.
Jason Hood.
Yours? Oh, Jasoda Jivan. Jasoda Jivan Prabhu ki life and soul of Jasoda Devi. So Jasoda Jivan Prabhu ki Santam Krishna. उधर के किसे जन उठाइए दीक्षा वाला के हाँ same name who has taken second registration, same name, and they should be ready. And you should tell them to bring all the things and little and
Tomorrow there will be fire sacrifice.
and the devotees who like to give ahuti in fire sacrifice, they can also come and give ghee in fire. Swaha.
Tomorrow morning at 8:30 we would like to have fire sacrifice. So Naveen Prabhu is requesting all the devotees who take initiation to bring firewood, ghee and so many ingredients for the fire sacrifice. Grains.
And he will Subal Saka Prabhu advise them.
Yes.
Anyone should take interest.
No.
But you should come to Brajanath and you should
Narayana is here?
they will come to you and
Where is the fire sacrifice tomorrow? Oh. There is a house up the road, a preaching center where the devotees are cooking.
today all the articles which are needed, they should be provided. You should see.
So after the program, the devotees can come to me and those who take initiation, and we will discuss how to obtain all the articles for the fire sacrifice tomorrow.
One question. Radhi Jai Jai Master. Atmosphere should be changed. Long. Radhe Jaya Jaya so many devotees, they tell that there are so many problems. So many problems coming. I'm not feeling well. Why? Krishna is not making problems. Any other person is not making problems. Only our independent mind, the কথা শুনে না।
Out of control. Who doesn't hear anything.
মানে the mind,
Disobedient.
Huh?
Disobedient mind.
Disobedient mind always makes himself so many troubles, so many problems. So always any devotee making so much problems for themselves and not listening Gurudev, obeying Gurudev, then what Gurudev will do? Not like a magic that he will, if anyone wants to drink, but Gurudev has told that you should not drink. Why? Oh, this is a very big problem. That I cannot check up my habit. Sometimes it is very problem to follow 4 basic principles. We know that all these things are very bad things, bad habits. For yourself, your body, your mind, your senses, everything will be poisoned by this. So don't make a problem. Especially nowadays, problem to check lust. We should try to do it. As you are brahmachari or grihastha, ladies or female or male, we should try. That is why a very good method has been invented that you should be married and live equally, giving respect to each other. Not like husband should not think that my wife is like anything to be enjoyed only, like dogs, like cats, like horse, like any property. That should be given same respect as you want. And be with her or she should be with him, not changing for whole life. Otherwise so many problems will come. If you want to be happy and to chant Krishna name without any problem, then you will have to follow very strictly the Vedic culture. First we should be Varnashram Dharmi. We should follow Varnashram Dharma, Indian culture. Swamiji has also told, Swamiji, Bhaktivedanta Swamiji, and all our acharyas has said that we should follow very strictly the rules of Vedic culture and be Varnashrami. Don't disobey. Otherwise, you are creating so many problems. Anyone cannot help. Be so humble and polite to others. If you want to be behaved like that, you should be like that. Otherwise, bhajan will be very, very problem. So if anyhow, any luck, you have come towards bhajan, try to give up all the desires which are opposite to bhakti line, devotion line, and try to take all the things which are helpful. Are favorable for bhakti. And then you see that Krishna is always helping you. Otherwise he will not help. So we should not do like this. So in this case, if anything is coming on problems, so then we should try to hear the pastimes of any good bhakta. Like you heard Prahlad Maharaj. In his life he had no problem any, never. You know, the name of Draupadi, Yudhishthir, Pandavas, they had so much problem, but they thought that these are not problems. They thought it favorable for bhakti. So they used to create all these things, troubles, to fight with anyone or anything, only that Krishna should always be free and helping. There were not sufferings for them. Very favorable. So they used to make all these problems that Krishna should always be with me and we will serve him only for you. So they had no any problem. If I am going to love and affect, to give and serve Krishna, then why we should do all this? So many luxurious things, so many dogs or hogs or anything, nothing. We should not make problem. Only we should try to love and Krishna in one ended. And there is no problem at all. If you are loving Krishna, and which is favorable for this, we will take all, accept all. Nothing else. Especially for devotees, female or male, those who are initiated second time, second initiation phase, there should be adarsha, ideal. In humbleness, like trees, like grasses, always giving honor to others who deserve these qualities, and having no desire to be respect. I don't want. Then you see that all problems keep you safe. So we should try to go. We should try to read, to hear the life of any realized Vaishnava. Today, Madhavendra Puri, this is today the birthday of Madhavendra. Disappearance, anything. And also of Acharya, Srinivas Acharya. And also I think that here is Acharya Ratna Prabhu. He is a Ratna. What? Jewel of so many among all Acharyas. So we should try to learn all these things. I think in this stage in which we are now, it will be more favorable to read and to to understand, to hear the pastimes of life sketch of such a devotee, like Haridas Thakur, like Raghunath Das Goswami, like Madhavendra, like Jiva Goswami and others, Sanatan Goswami. It will be more beneficial. And don't be derailed from this. If you really want, I think then you should not have any cat in your house. If coming, no harm, but you should not be attached and give your very precious love and affection to that cat or rat. Never. Never be anyone. Rup Sanatan, Madhavendra Puri has never had any cow, never a cat or dog, horse, so many things. Swamiji has any cat? He had any dog? Monkeys? Never. So don't make problems. We should learn something from the life of Madhavendra Puri for beginning and to last. Always he used to love only whom? Krishna. But to whom Krishna? Whom Krishna? Only beloved of Srimati Radhika. He always knew that Krishna is not my beloved. Krishna is beloved of Srimati Radhika. And I am Kinkari of Srimati Radhika. Always happy in Srimati Radhika happiness and always unhappy in unhappiness of Srimati Radhika. So when Krishna went to Mathura, there was a big problem for Madhavendra Puri. And what that problem? She used to recite same slok as Srimati Radhika used to recite, weeping bitterly. And what slok was that? Ai Deena Daya Dharna He Mathura Nath Kada Valokyase Hridayam Lokakat. Oh, what should I do? Where should I do? Where should I do? Radhika is telling. Sakhi, can you tell where Shyam Sundar is now? Ai Deena Daya Dharna. Where he has gone, letting me alone here in Vrindavan. I cannot survive. No eating, no drinking, nothing. Always abrupt in Krishna. Sometimes rebuking, weeping but rebuking Krishna. Oh, you have gone to Mathura? Oh, for like you are bee. Oh, there you have been entangled with Kubja. Here, so many beautiful gopis here, leaving them, you have gone to Mathura for Kubja. Oh, Mathurana. And so Srimati Radhika is so much weeping, so much weeping. Anyone could not pacify her. So Madhavendra Puri, like his Sakhi, he is also weeping in the same line. Ai Dinya Dayadana Tahe Mathuranath Kada Valukyase Hridayam Tada Alok Kataram Daita Brahmyati Kim Karam. What should I do now? Always like this. We should try to and aim and life of our aim and object of our life. A prem like this, a love and affection for like this. Don't distribute your solid prem, akhanda prem, to anyone in this world. Never. Anything. Not always decorating like this scene, making up 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, dressing our room so much. To anyone in this world, only whole or praying and love and affection should be given to in the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika or Krishna Yugal, conjugal Krishna. So from beginning, very beginning, you will have to be very careful. Otherwise, always Maya standing nearby and civil at once attract, and our life will be in vain. So don't do. My humble request to all. If you have come to me, you should obey me and try to be like that. You know the history of Madhavendra Puripad? You should